Hello?
Hey,
Who they? Who they?
let's go.
Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals?
Fire, bro. What a beatdown. I got a hot take right off the bat. I think that's the best win a team has had all year.
It's a good one. Hey Arnold just went off.
Hey Arnold just went off.
That's a yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Can I give you my top four?
Yeah, give me.
My
Well, I
Mount-
need 5. You need what's the top 4?
Mount Rushmore, bro.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Top
Okay.
4. All right, I'll give you top 5. My top 5 most impressive wins, I think, this year. And remember, we need to account when it happened also. I think that's very important. Rams beating the Bucks.
Yes.
Cardinals beating the Rams.
Yes.
Chiefs losing to the Bills,
Yes.
right?
Although, sorry to interrupt, but at the time it was a big deal.
At the time, yeah.
Is it as much? Oh, you're saying
That's
taking
what I'm
that
saying at the time
Got
that
it.
these wins took place. Yesterday's Bengals-Ravens, and I think the Cowboys win of the Chargers was very impressive. Those are my 5 biggest wins of the year.
I wish I had a 5 prepared. Next week I'll have 5.
Yeah, I kind of cheated about it because I was talking about this on the pod with Will about how I felt like that Ravens-Bengals game was. I left that game thinking higher of the Bengals and not lower of the Ravens.
Absolutely. It's just because the Ravens have so many close games, comebacks, like, throw them a bone, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, they're due for one of those. And to be fair, Ravens are down 10. Bengals are driving. Burrow throws the terrible pick in the end zone, and you're like, here it comes. Right? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Watching that game, I was like, Lamar has done this before. He's put the team on his back, and I want to give some credit to the Ravens skill guys. Bateman looked great. Hollywood has kind of, he's put me in my place after the Detroit game.
Yeah.
You obviously know what you got in Andrews, so I want to just give them a little bit of credit. But the truth is, man, it's the Bengals defense. No, is that?
Oh, that has to be the story of this game, I think.
Yeah.
Because they've been playing well. They have a top 10 defense.
Yes.
And what sucks is I had this conversation with your boy Rick Rosen.
Shouts to Rick. Guy.
Shouts to Rick. We were talking about this game, and he's like, yo, I want a Ravens, Pats, Packers tease. Who blows it up for me? And I go, I would stay away from the Ravens. The other two, I would bet them on the point spread.
Yeah.
Like outright to cover. I was like, yo, there's something about this Bengals team, man. And I told him, I have the text right here. I go, remember this. Going into next season, this is going to be the trendy Super Bowl pick, right? Joe Burrow, rookie contract, all the pieces, building off a 9-8, 8-9 season. Remember, they had the top 5 pick last year. This isn't exactly the Chargers, right? Where a lot of people saw the Chargers coming into this year as a potential dark horse sneaky candidate, which they are. The Bengals have improved so much, and I think we kind of got to put them in the combo now.
100%. But the one thing that I want to talk about the Bengals is Burrow got hurt at week 8, week 9 last year?
Around there.
Maybe they would have shown some. I mean, granted, they had some great additions in the offseason on the defensive side of the ball in addition to Chase.
Right.
But I wonder what we would have seen in the last quarter of last year if Burrow was healthy. Just to would this have been as big of a shock if he was healthy at the end of last year?
That's fair.
Just something to think about, but
That's really fair. But I think all the additions. Well, but you're right. To add more to your point, if you saw them finish off the year strong, and then you make all these signings, you get Chase, probably feel a little bit higher about them.
yeah, they're one of 5 teams in the NFL that are in top 10 at both scoring offense and defense.
Yep.
Extremely impressive. The 2 games they've lost, by the way,
By field goals.
I think combined less than 3.
No,
or combined 3. They lost to the Packers,
They've lost both. They lost to the Bears.
which now is like, oh.
Yeah, now it looks even worse. But it was Andy Dalton revenge.
Yeah, you're right.
But it was the week 2 game, which that was my favorite pick of the week back then because it was the emotional win in overtime against the Vikings. Now going into Chicago, the line moved to pick 'em, which made no sense. Now it looks worse, right?
Yeah.
but they lost to the Bears by 3, and then they lost that overtime game to the Packers a couple weeks ago.
Which again, another kick. I mean, they're in first place in the division. If I'm not mistaken, they're in first place in the AFC.
AFC, yeah. Top seed in the AFC.
They could be, this could be an even sexier team, if they pulled that one away.
But what's funny is when they lost to the Packers, we both felt like that was a really good thing for them, where they I worded that terribly, right? So he's laughing. They played really well against a top team.
Yes.
Right? So even though you lose that game, you played them tight, you go into overtime, and it's a game that you could have had. We just didn't want them to go in there and get pummeled.
Yes.
Was the only thing.
But it was almost the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just funny that we thought Zach Taylor could be the first coach fired, and now he may win Coach of the Year.
Yeah, who else would it be?
Staley.
But
I would it's hard to kind of between the two of those.
I mean, dude, would the Bengals win last year? 4 games?
Yeah. I mean, they had a top 5 pick. So
Bengals 2020 record, right? Because now I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they went 4-11. They've already surpassed their win total from last year.
Yeah.
So if they go 12-5, that's an 8-win total. The Chargers last year went 7-9.
Yeah.
So even if they go 12-5, you're going to be looking at that and say, "Holy shit, this dude went from here to there."
The only thing you consider is the rookie head coach component of Brandon Staley, but regardless, I think it's the defense either way, and you got to give him some credit because he oversees both sides of the ball. Last year at this point they had 17 sacks. They have 19 sacks already. They have 2 more sacks now than they did the entire last season. So again, just a lot of credit to the Bengals defense, man. Pumped.
What more can we say about Chase?
The rapport that they've built is going back to college. I think everyone underrated it. I don't know. I was listening to Trent Dilfer talk. A great receiver makes your life a whole lot easier as a quarterback. Those 50-50 balls, you don't have to be as perfect as you normally. Every quarterback wants to be perfect, right? Everyone wants to make every throw, make every correct read. When you have a stud receiver, it makes the game a little bit easier. And not only does he make the game a little bit easier for him, but he also just knows him really well. It's almost as if they're in each other's head in a way, right? They know when to break on the slant. They know when to turn around on the back shoulder. There's just so many things that go into a quarterback-wide receiver relationship. And, I mean, I think we really slept on that. I think everybody slept on that.
In 2019, when they won the national championship, 84 catches, 1,780 yards, 20 touchdowns. Then he sat out last year because of the vid.
And still went top 5.
Still went top 5. And, there's good games and then there's historic games. And what he did against the Ravens was ridiculous. 200 yards, bro.
Yeah.
On
every route, though. That was the thing.
Yeah, and on Humphrey.
Yeah.
Like a premier.
Yeah.
He's a really good corner. He's a top-paid corner.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Bengals' outlook moving forward? You think this is a team we got to start putting in some games of the week?
Yeah, I mean, I think...
You know who they play this week?
Jets.
Jets, baby.
So, without Wilson. Yeah, I mean, they're in great company when you look across the board according to the numbers. Beat some good teams. I think it's going to be that. Do you still see the Browns as a contender in the AFC North? Because it's clear as day that, the Bengals and the Ravens are going to, they'll probably play each other one more time. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens win that one. But, they're the best team in the AFC right now, and you got to give them their flowers. So, I think it's obviously just the defense. It's crazy because I came on the show when I was hyping up that defense a few weeks ago, and I pointed out specifically the rush defense. They were shutting down all of these running backs.
Well, they spent big money on Hendrickson.
Yeah.
And he's been a really good signing for
Hubbard
them.
looks great.
Can I read you their schedule?
Yeah.
Rest of the way. At Jets, home Browns, bye week. At Vegas, home Pittsburgh, home Rams. At home Pittsburgh, home Chargers, home Niners. 3-game homestead. Then at Denver, home Baltimore and Chiefs, at Browns.
I mean,
their tough games are at home.
Yes.
right? So you have Pittsburgh again at home because of the rivalry in division. You got the Chargers at home. That's going to be fun. Herbert and Burrow going at it. You got the Niners at home, which we'll get to the Niners in a little bit. You got the Ravens game again. Now you'll have it at home, and you got Kansas City at home. So